Okay, so I'm going to talk about the distance formula. So, if you wanted to find the distance between point A and point B on a coordinate plane, and point A was, say, right here, and point B was right here, well, that's simple enough. All you can do is count, right? Likewise, if A was here and B was down here, you would just simply count the boxes between, okay? The problem is if you wanted to find the distance between A and B and it wasn't perfectly horizontal or vertical, okay? So if A was located at -3, -3, and B was located at 5, 2, I wanted to find the length or the distance between those 2 points, okay? I wouldn't be able to count. You don't have a definite amount of boxes here, okay? So what we can do is use the distance formula. So the distance formula says that you can take the square root of the difference in your x values of your 2 points. You have to square them because if you end up with a negative, you'd have a problem. You can't take a square root of a negative. Also, distance cannot be negative, so you allow for that when you square it. You make sure that you don't have a negative distance. And you're going to add to that the difference in your y's and also squaring that so that we avoid a negative. Okay? So if I was going to be looking for the distance of AB, I'm going to use my formula. I'm just going to simply be plugging in my points. So it doesn't really matter whether you call A your first point and B your second points, okay? Generally speaking, I usually read my lines left to right, so I'll call my B's my second points and my A's my first points, but it doesn't matter, you get the same answer. So for x2, I'm going to use my 5 on my B. And for x1, I'm going to use my -3 on my on my A. For y2, I'm going to use the 2 on my B, and for y1, I'm going to use the -3 on the A. Okay. 5 minus a -3 is essentially the same as saying 5 plus 3, which is 8. 2 minus -3 is essentially the same as saying 2 plus 3, which is 5. Okay. 8 squared is 64. 5 squared is 25, so 8 times 8 and 5 times 5. Okay. Which is about the square root of 89. Okay, so 89 is close to the square root of 81, so we know that the number is over 9. It's less than 10 though because the square root of 100 is equal to 10. So we know it's about 9 point something. Okay, if I use my calculator, I could get a better estimate of it, and it would be about 9.43. That's it for the distance formula.